I know it sounds like a clickbait title, but if you stick with me, I swear to God, I think you can double your gold not leaving town. This video is going to be broken into 3 parts. The first is the basics about how to do it. The second is if you want to farm the mats yourself, so you will have to leave town. I lied about that bit. If you want extra gold. And the third is the extra pro tips and stuff to really min-max the gold. The general premise of the thing itself isn't really a secret, but I don't think people have cottoned on to exactly how much gold is potentially able to be made in this. So where we're getting started is with the 1.2 patch notes and the PTR. If we haven't met, I'm ActusXD, you're lovely, let's get stuck into it. There's already been a lot of people making videos about this change, but we'll just quickly cover it. In the patch notes from the PTR and what will be implemented in 1.2 is the following. Orichalcum ingots can now be crafted with platinum as well as star metal. Now, as I say, people have covered this, it's not unknown, but no one seems to have really cottoned on to the idea of exactly what implications this is going to have for the price of orichalcum ingots, or the price of platinum ingots, or all the other precious metals, and the roll-on effects. Because when I go and look at my server on live, the prices haven't caught up, and there is a massive opportunity to make gold. I mean, the obvious way, but also in a couple more complex ways, which we'll get into. But let's take a look at what you need on the PTR. So, although it doesn't really give us much information in the patch notes, when we look on the PTR, we can see that basically the recipes are duplicated. So there's 2 ways to make orichalcum ingots in the smelting recipe list now. The first, or the original way, is with 2 star metal ingots, as well as the other acquired ingredients. And the second, the new way, is with 3 platinum ingots. So you've probably guessed that the general plan is to make orichalcum ingots with platinum ingots instead of star metal ones, and we will increase our profit by a significant amount. You'll be able to see that the price of a platinum ingot on my server is between 1.9 and 2.05, remembering that we need 3 of them to make an orichalcum ingot. The price of a star metal ingot is about 6.13 to 6.2, and we can see the price of an orichalcum ingot is 13.4. So you can pretty easily tell that on my server it's going to take about 6 gold worth of platinum ingots to make an orichalcum, and it's going to take about 12 gold worth of star metal, or over 12 gold worth of star metal, to be able to make the same thing. Now, my server's a bit unusual in that it seems to be that refined ingredients are always more affordable than their basic composite parts. For instance, it's much more expensive to just buy silver, gold, and platinum and then make your own ingots, as opposed to just buying a completed one, which is cheaper. So I've attached a Google document in the Discord where you can enter all the prices for your server, and it'll come out with whether you're better off buying the finalized platinum ingot or buying the composite parts and making it yourself. But I want to talk more about that in the big brain section towards the end. If you've been getting value from this video, then imagine the value you'll get when you hit the like and subscribe button. ActusXD is having a fire sale. Hit the button now and receive huge discounts. Awesome videos like this, totally free. Haircuts, hairstyle advice, how to grow a beard. None of that stuff. It'll just be like New World videos and stuff that I've... Alright, so that's the very basic element of it. If you want to make a crap load of gold, then buy a heap of either the bits to make platinum ingots or platinum ingots now, hold on to them till 1.2, craft them into orichalcum ingots and ship them off. There's a bit more to talk about in the big brain section, but if instead of buying the parts to make platinum ingots, you want to farm them yourself, let's quickly run through a couple of farms you can do that I find are the best to get the composite elements that you need. I'm not going to show you actual footage of me doing these, otherwise this video is going to be 15 minutes long. We'll just do my regular dodgy paint job, so stick with me. Links to the routes in the pictures down below. The first route that we run is out of Cutlass Keys. I'm showing you here on the map. You just do this loop. It takes a little while and can be a bit finicky jumping up and down the cliffs, but once you've figured it out, in my experience, this is the best gold and silver you can get. Well, you need to farm gold and silver separately to platinum, otherwise it's kind of a waste of time. Gold and silver on my server at least isn't worth the effort of going and single-mindedly farming that at the current moment. What you're better off doing on highly populated servers is to buy the gold and silver and farm extra platinum, because you'll be able to subsidize the cost of paying for the gold and silver with the plat. But it might be different on your server, and so here's that route for interest's sake. Platinum ore is a bit trickier to like solo single point farm. Some of the better places to get it up in Shattered Mountain or Eden's Grove Eden Grove. I don't know which, is it plural or not? Anyway, you got to put up with mobs in the area, which I just can't be bothered with. So I do this one in Reekwater, run it north to south. I'm not even going to draw you a rare route. If you can't run from the top to the bottom, then, I don't know, try playing World of Warcraft. I'm just kidding. Obviously, it's going to take longer than that to respawn. I just build it into farming Tarragon down the southern bit of Reekwater and go back up and have a look as I'm doing a loop. If you want to do that, then by all means do it, unless you're on Utopia, in which case I specifically prohibit you from doing it. Otherwise, go for your life. Plenty of places to find it. I'll put a link to a picture of where it is everywhere on the world down below. I waffled on about the start of the video being the regular stuff and the end of the video being the big brain things, and then I tried to find my notes for the big brain things and thought that I'd deleted the Word document without saving it, and then had a meltdown and freaked out, and then remembered that I saved it in Google Docs and it's still here. So whether you determine that I could possibly give you information that's big brain, that's entirely something that you'll have to determine. But here's a couple of pointers, I think, where you can turn this from a extremely lucrative gold maker into something that will make you Jeff Bezos rich. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos driving a phallic-shaped Tesla to the moon. I'm really obsessed with that. I don't know why. It's just so strange that they did that. All right, so the number one caveat to this is that all servers are different, and you're going to have to make your own assessment based on your server's economy. But there are a few financial or economical things to consider. Economic things to consider in a way that could maximize your gold here. Number one, if you've determined that the cheapest way to get to having platinum ingots to make orichalcum is either by crafting or buying straight off the auction house, start thinking about placing buy orders at an even lower price than what's being listed on the trading post for sale. Just generally start doing it now so that you can start getting the items at an even lower reduced rate than is presently listed on the trading post, and you can stockpile things more. People will sell you stuff off cheap buy orders because they want to just get rid of their stuff real quickly. They want the cheap gold, especially if they're not realizing what's happening with the precious metals in 1.2. So you can start to increase your gold making potential just by having buy orders for, either all the composite materials, gold, silver, flux, all that kind of stuff, and just getting fed the materials, or by having one up for platinum ingots, you're going to see an increase in profit there. The number two thing to consider is that in 1.2, aptitude is of course rolling out. So anyone with a profession skill at 200, as they continue to craft or gather beyond that, is going to be getting caches. So it is important, I think, in my opinion at least, that if you are going to turn your platinum ingots into orichalcum ingots and sell them as that you wait until 1.2 so that you're the one benefiting from the aptitude ticks, and you're getting the caches, which is either more crafting materials for you or more gold for you. Now, there might be a trade-off here because you're probably going to be, depending on your economy, again, selling cheaper the lower down you are, because people are going to want the aptitude for themselves. But that's a decision that you'll have to make. If you leave your composite materials, if you're going out to farm silver, gold and platinum, leave them uncrafted until 1.2, then you can assess the market and determine, well, is it going to be better for me to just sell these off as their gold and composite materials so other people will pay me for the aptitude levels that they're going to get, or will I do it, get the aptitude caches and sell them plus my ingots for extra gold benefits? It's a determination you're going to have to make when 1.2 launches, but there is no detriment now if you have all the materials sitting in your inventory ready to go. You're not risking any loss, whereas if you do convert them to ingots, you are risking a loss in that instance. And now the thing that might throw some people into a tizzy is looking at the longer term implications of what's going to happen, because now there's two ways to craft orichalcum ingots. So there are two most likely outcomes with this. Either because they're more able to be, there's more ways in which to craft them, they'll be more plentiful, and because they're more plentiful, the price will drop, because that's the way economics works. I don't know, what am I, a Keynesian economist? I can't even say the damn word. No, but, so one or two things will happen. Either the price of platinum will go up so that it levels out the cost of the built stepping stones to get to orichalcum, or the price of orichalcum will come down. They're the main two options. When 1.2 first drops, it depends what the majority of the player base on your server has done, but if everyone has been really prepared and seen this coming a mile away, you might see a huge amount of composite or lower down tier materials flood the market, and therefore all the higher the higher tier stuff price is going to drop down because they'll fall off the back of the market. No one wants to pay for them. People will relist lower and lower until they equivalate back at the old, at the new level, I should say. Or the lower stuff will rise because there's still that same demand for the higher tier items. Now, I think what we will see in the very early days of 1.2, day 1, day 2, maybe day 3, is people are flooding the marketplace with stuff that they have bulk held because they want to make a heap of gold. And then over time, that hoard of stuff will get sold off and prices will come back to their more regular standard. So if you see, well, I bought all these platinum ingots and the price of orichalcum has plummeted, don't panic sell, because people are going to want orichalcum ingots because they're going to be wanting to level their professions for the aptitude cases, as we've spoken about, aptitude caches, but also because we're going to be seeing a lot of different ways to craft really good stuff. And so people are going to be wanting to use orichalcum ingots in crafting the higher tier materials again, asmodium and that kind of thing, so that they're getting the guaranteed either 600 gear score, the guaranteed perks, the named weapons, all that kind of thing. So just wait for the market to even out. If you see that there's a big price drop at the end, you're going to find that things are going to come back to a much more level standard. Now, the opposite of that is just as likely to happen, and the price of orichalcum ore is going to skyrocket because people are pulling it off the auction house at a rate of knots because they just want to spam. They've got gold to spare and they just want to spam level their aptitude. If you see that happening, then it's important that you sell. I would set some sort of, have a look at the price on your trading post of platinum, orichalcum, and star metal ingots at the moment, and over between now and when the patch releases, and get sort of an idea about the band of what those prices are. And if you see orichalcum go, say, above 10-20% at that level, then I would be starting to list. Don't overbear the market. Don't list 4,000 orichalcum ingots because you're just going to drop the price right back down. But start to drip feed and take some profits out there because you want to be on the rise and taking as much profit as you can before it perhaps dips back down again. So I guess what I'm saying is you need to pay attention to your market and figure out what's happening exactly. That's all a relatively complex topic, and it's something that I think can be applied at a much more broad scale to the market generally, and I'll have a video out on that very shortly. In the meantime, get in the damn Discord. I'm sick of asking you. I'm not going to ask again. I'll turn this channel around. I've been live streaming, so if you want to get notified about when that's happening, hit the bell button when you subscribe, which I know you did, because otherwise you're not getting any presents at Christmas. I don't know why that would be. Leave a comment down below. Are you going to be the person profiting from this little maneuver, or are you going to be the person buying the stuff off the trading post and profiting by creating or leveling your aptitude? Or leave a comment down below letting me know how bald you think I am on a scale of 1 to Larry David. Otherwise, thank you for getting to the end of the video. I know I said that if I didn't cut some stuff out, it'd be 15 minutes, and we're nearly there anyway. That is the nature of this thing. I don't shut the goddamn hell up, but thank you, I love you, and remember,